Getting in trouble is right here. He's sort of got hands on either side of Carter, and the ball is thrown to the outside, but Carter is sort of grabbing him. He's not really fighting to get to the outside.
So here it is in real time. But we do have a verdict. Here's Tom Valese.
After review, there is no pass interference on the play. He's second down and 10 at the 42-yard line.
So good use of the lone challenge by Mark Trestman.
Especially when you consider the impact that that would have had just in terms of yardage and field position. Well-timed, well-used challenge for the Argonauts.
So now second down and 10. Key second down. Argos came into this game with the best second down defense in the Canadian Football League. Are 7 for 14 this afternoon. Second down conversions. Crowd pumping up that volume here. Bridge looks one way, then the other, and again, another complete pass. And right back to Duron Carter, guy who was involved in that interference call that was overturned, and so Carter brings the ball down close to the 20-yard line in front of Brandon Harris.
It's about the athleticism after that catch to manage to keep his feet and pick up a couple of extra yards at the end of that play.
You look at all the moves in the offseason that were made around the league. Duron Carter going to Saskatchewan was one of the biggest. Now Richardson stopped, then bashing forward. Argo's trying to take the ball out of his hands. It looks like it's going to be a throwing down again on second down. Riders dominating time of possession here in this second half. Chris Jones' team knowing about comebacks. Down 17 last week, came back to beat Ottawa.
Well, watch the motion coming left to right on your screen. That's McCarthy Grant. Wow. We talked about his versatility, how he's the guy that does all the little things in this offense, that time coming in to block the defensive end in the run game.
Here comes that 13th man for the Toronto Argos. Here comes the blitz. There goes the ball. And thrown behind the intended target. Brett Blasco, former Calgary Dino, third-round pick of the BC Lions, looking for his first CFL catch. Would have been an all-Canadian connection, but not to be. And here comes Tyler Crapigna, and we are a kick away from a tie ball game.
Well, the Roughriders right now with the momentum, much as the Argos had it in the early portion of this ball game, finding themselves settling for threes at the conclusion of some pretty good and time-consuming drives. Maybe kicking themselves a little bit at the end of this ball game.
27-yarder for Crapigna. Kick is up, and it's good. They may not be that satisfied, but they're satisfied but coming all the way back now. Thanks mostly to that guy. 16-16 in Toronto.
We average a good
2-3 times a week?
4.
That's a slow week.
At least.
We've been experimenting a lot.
He likes Mexican, but the Italian was the best I've ever had.
With the Skip the Dishes app, we can get delivery from pretty much anywhere.
We order from our favorite Thai restaurant.
The pub across town.
Best burger chains delivered.
With the GPS, I know exactly when my food arrives. The Italian's here!
Try skipthedishes.com. Enjoy $7 off your first delivery with promo code HUNGRY.
There is James Wilder Jr. He is pinked out like many of the players, but maybe more pink than anybody. Here's Matthew Shinetti.
Absolutely, guys. Now, first, let's take a look at the hand spatting. It's got the name of Wilder's 4 children. But this week, maybe he went a little bit deeper, pledging on Twitter that for every yard during the month of October that he rushes, it'll be $1 he donates to women's cancer awareness, and $100 for every touchdown. Now, why is that so important? Well, it was a campaign that's really gotten other running backs involved. Look across the CFL, C.J. Gable and Chris Rainey, but maybe specifically in the NFL, some big names: Melvin Gordon, Todd Gurley, and Devontae Freeman, especially from the Atlanta Falcons. This is something that really has been a passion of Wilder's, community service. He came to the Argos immediately when signed and went to their PR staff and said, what can I do? I want to be involved. This was just another step in that involvement, guys.
Well, he is a fascinating young man, James Wilder Jr., and comes by his talent quite naturally. His dad, a star in Tampa Bay, grew up around the game.
Well, and we talk about the talent that he inherited from his dad, but his father also is the one who instilled in him the importance of that community service, recognizing that as an athlete that you often do have a platform and an audience, and you need to use that for the right reasons.
Martese Jackson stepping up, has a block, has a flag down. One of those pink flags are down, and so James Wilder back on the field in a moment, continuing to earn more money to help raise awareness against cancer.
With me having the platform that I have now, and I'm having a little spotlight right now, I could use that in a positive way with fans and players around the league, and actually not just be aware of it, but actually take action. I think it's very big for people who wants to take action, and it was even bigger that I didn't reach out to everybody. I was reaching out to a few running backs, and guys started to reach out to me. I think that was major to me.
Well, James Wilder, congratulations and good on you. You're going to raise a lot of money with your brethren in the backfield. $1 a yard, $100 a touchdown. It's 32 yards so far, but James Wilder certainly likely not done for the afternoon.
Yeah, a guy having significant impact on the field, having an even more important one off of it.
Double tight end set. Here's some more money in his pledge. Talking with James yesterday, he truly is his daddy's boy, isn't he, in so many ways, and he had such a kick growing up around the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and being around guys like Warren Sapp and Keyshawn Johnson and the rest, and of course his dad, who was his hero.
And growing up in that environment, obviously a guy who really understands what it means to be a professional.
Certainly done that this season. What a pro. Ricky Ray now pumps it and decides to tuck it and take it, and Ricky Ray goes forward and is very close to a first down. Had to get to the 25 to reset the sticks, and looks like he has first down. Ricky Ray doesn't do it often. Hold it back, decided to call his number.
And I love the awareness here of just where he needs to get for the first down, where typically you'd expect as he approaches that first contact, veteran quarterback, he's going to take that slide. But that one little move to the left is just enough to get him the first down yardage.
Not the fastest guy in the world, doesn't have the strongest arm in the world, not the shiftiest, but one of the smartest quarterbacks and one of the coolest this game has seen. Wilder, read option again, decides to give it to Wilder in a straight arm. There he was with Casey Rogers. Talk about an NFL connection there.
Yeah, a couple pretty good gene pools clashing right there. Casey Rogers, second-year defensive back for these Saskatchewan Roughriders.
His dad, defensive coordinator in the NFL, played with the Steelers at one time. Under 2.5 to go, third quarter. Tie ball game. Ricky Ray shifts out of the way. Now throws on the run. Wilder out of the backfield. lunging, still on his feet. James Wilder can't be brought down. Oh, what a play. The old saying, finish that tackle. James Wilder Jr. slips from the grasp of Jeff Hecht.
Yeah, he is a horse. Tough to bring down. And here it's just the outlet on the scramble. Looks like this one's going to be stopped well short of first down yardage. But delivered a bit of a blow on Javon Johnson.
Ray looking for S.J. Green and just got pummeled in the backfield at the 35-yard line. Jeff Knox Jr. in the face and the grill of Ricky Ray as he tried to deliver that football to S.J. Green.
I was just looking back at the previous play. James Wilder Jr. the effort here.
I could bring a smile to Senior's face. What do you think?
Well, those shoestring tackles weren't going to get it done.
Ray, deep drop again. Here comes that rush. Now coming back to the football. Malcolm Williams, Maple Ridge, BC native. Played with the Langley Rams in the Canadian Junior Football League. And players can come from all places. You talk about Trent Richardson and his path traveled here. We've had a few players who've worked the junior ranks, and one of the most famous of all is playing in Winnipeg, of course.
Yeah, Andrew Harris, the poster boy for junior football grads, with Malcolm Williams, guy who played a little university basketball at UBC before turning to the junior football ranks and quickly established himself as a prospect before joining the Argonauts last season.
What was turning into an offensive showcase for a while here has become locked down defensively, and now the Argos look like they're going to get a lead, even though Liram Haralahu tried to angle that kick. So the Argos will get one on the Rouge here near the end of the third quarter. That point, you never know, could figure prominently. Well, here is one of the officials that went down and out.
Yeah, that's Brian Taylor.
Hurt his calf in the first quarter. He's back in the ball game. A little slower, hanging in. So kudos to the crew here at BMO Field today. Down one, we're down two for a while.
Yeah, week 16, everybody's playing a little hurt.
They're hurt. Final play, third quarter. Unless we have a penalty. Brandon Bridge trying to lead his team to victory. Oh, what a pass to Caleb Hawley. Hawley, no one is going to catch him, or will they? Hawley down near the 5-yard line, and he's going to score. Touchdown. 75 yards from Caleb Hawley on a strike from Brandon Bridge. And they are rowing that boat in the end zone.
Yeah, they got everybody rowing in the same direction right now. Riders offense under Brandon Bridge is on fire.
They got the boatman here as Bridge gets Hawley in stride. Brandon Harris had a shot, but Caleb Hawley avoids Rico Murray as well, and then they, I think that's the 8-man rowing team, which is not far away from the Argonaut Rowing Club here on the lakeshore, by the way. I think that celebration would get right up there with some of the best of the season. And the Saskatchewan Roughriders have now jumped in front on the final play of the third quarter.
They've found some stuff they like between those hash marks.
Second lead that they have had. They opened scoring 3-0 and then trailed. Caleb Hawley, 76-yard strike. The former East Central star out of Anchorage, Alaska, former Buffalo Bill.
Play action, there it is again, the middle of the field between those hash marks is where the Saskatchewan Roughriders have done most of their damage in the passing game here.
Matt Black had a shot at Hawley at first, and he was the one that had that first miss. And then Harris, looks like, comes up lane near the 5-yard line. Head to the sideline. So now it's the Argos who have to play comeback. So the Riders here are lining up for the 2-point convert to try to make it a 7-point lead.
Essentially trying to get back that single point they just gave up on the Higher-Lahu punt.
Saskatchewan 3 of 4 on 2-point efforts so far this season. How about Brandon Bridge coming home and putting on a show for 2. Got it, Bakari Grant. Maybe it is something about the home cooking. Brandon Bridge got his first win in the first game that he started for the Saskatchewan Roughriders against the Hamilton Tiger Cats. Now putting on a show near his hometown of Mississauga, just down the road. Bridge and the Riders have the lead 24-17 heading to the 4th in Toronto.
Absolutely brilliant.
Europe's elite battle the best of the best on the ultimate stage.
What a comeback. What a story.
UEFA Champions League group stage on TSN.
Oh, what a goal. A magnificent effort.
Brought to you by Heineken and Lay's. UEFA Champions League sponsors.
Trying to make your leaf cleanup go faster this year? Introducing the all-new Works Turbine Fusion all-in-one blower, mulcher, and leaf bagger. It's the only tool you'll need this fall. Blow leaves and debris together, then add the bag attachment to vacuum them up in seconds. No slowing down to change tubes. Turbine Fusion Micro Shred technology pulverizes leaves 2 times smaller than ordinary vacs. Works Turbine Fusion, your all-in-one yard cleanup solution. The leaves are falling. It's Works season.
You just stepped in the danger zone. Man, you should have slept, should have stayed at home. Now you're on your knees and you wail alone while I celebrate when I take you home. What we gonna do? Gonna break that heat. What we gonna do? Gonna break that heat. Tell the competition they better not sleep. What we gonna do? Gonna break that heat.
They've done it again.
Tell the competition they better not sleep. What we gonna do? Gonna break that heat.
Like a lightning bolt, Caleb Hawley takes off on a 76-yard touchdown reception from Brandon Bridge. Another touchdown toss from Air Canada. And the Saskatchewan Roughriders jump in front on the final play of the 3rd quarter, 24-17. And how about the quarterback change for the Saskatchewan Roughriders?
Yeah, well, it provided certainly the desired spark, the impact that they were after. Brandon Bridge has came on late in the first half of this ball game. 16 of 22, 255 passing yards in this ball game, a couple of touchdown passes. He's changed the face of the game.
And momentum is seriously colored green right now. Game that is topsy-turvy. Early on, all Saskatchewan, then Toronto. Chris Jones trying to head home after this Ontario trip, 2-0 after a win in Ottawa last week. That's Cam McDaniel bringing it up for the Toronto Argonauts. Ricky Ray had it going in the first half. Interception seems to be a turning point in the ball game, but Argos just unable to find the end zone here in this second half.
Yeah, Saskatchewan, basically since Bridge came in late in the first half of this ball game, the momentum has shifted entirely in favor of the Riders.
At 100 yards in each quarter in the first half, and only 50 in the third. And the Riders' defense has also been galvanized by their offense.
Well, it's not just the momentum that the offense has helped out, where the offense has helped out the defense, but also that time of possession evening out a little bit in the second half of this ball game. The defense is a lot fresher than they were in the first half.
Enoch Muamba's interception has helped. 2nd and 7. Ray trying to change the momentum here. Some protection. Now near first down territory is S.J. Green.
Not a huge gain, but a much-needed first down for the Toronto Argonauts offense.
Green had a couple of big receptions in the first half, but really the Argos offense has been silenced. Little crossing pattern. Eric Moncrief replacing Otha Foster, linebacker out of Oklahoma State. Another tackle as Air Canada. Just some binge watching on the sideline. Wilder, who has pretty much been handcuffed for most of this game except for that run in that last series. Hasn't been able to break out for that huge play that we've seen over the last few games.
Well, and this is the key for the Saskatchewan Roughriders. You watch the film on James Wilder Jr. He's going to have runs where he's going to get his, his 4, 5, 6, even 7 yards. But the key is to make sure that something that should be a 4 or 5 doesn't turn into 70.
It's a first down by Wilder as he tries to jump forward. And one thing about this guy, his legs will always keep moving. Just over 50 yards now on 11 carries on the day for James Wilder, who is having basically 200-yard efforts over the last 3 weeks.
Well, he's not a guy who's going to let anybody pad their tackle stats easily. Making the defense work for every one of those.
That last run, 9 yards, was his longest run. Has been on the receiving end, though, for Ricky Ray mostly today. Half the first down yardage. We'll see how the numbers trend out here as well. Holding leads and trailing after 3 quarters. The Argos 1-6 in arrears after 3. The Riders are good leaders and good finishers. 5-0 when they have the lead after 3 quarters. Not an easy place to win, though, lately here. And you can see, though, the Riders are almost enjoying a hometown advantage behind their bench. A lot of green down there. Ray had to throw that quickly, and that was a dangerous pass. Second down, and it'll be third down now. And just the body language in the 2 benches completely different right now.
Yeah, well, you could just see the immediate sort of air out of the Argonauts' sails as that ball hit the turf. As they had managed to put together a couple of first downs, move the ball a little bit, then to see another drive snuffed out barely into Saskatchewan territory.
Aralahu to Jones. Little cutback here, Levi Noel. Another special teams tackle, one of the leaders in the Canadian Football League with his 22nd on the season.
Me and you just singing on the train. Me and you listening to the rain. Me and you sitting on the lawn. Me and you just singing our song just to rhyme, to shine and to pass the time.
Right now, get up to 20% of MSRP cash purchase credit on select 2017 vehicles, like the GMC Sierra. See dealer for details.
What's that? Oh, same thing you guys got. But it's a wrap. It's full of scrambled eggs. Egg McMuffin. 4 friends, 4 McMuffins. That's a morning McWrap. It's different. Is it?
There is something about a Guinness that reminds you there's less that separates us than brings us together. Here's to us all.
up with the BC Lions to tell kids to play safe.
Cool lion.
Thank you.
What does a lion do?
Run.
Jump.
Tackle. Roar.
All right, Darvin.
Show me your roar.
Whatever game you play, play safe. A message from the War Amps.
The CFL on TSN is brought to you by the 2017 GMC Sierra Elevation Edition. Get noticed like a pro. Lights are on now. Sun starting to set. Downtown Toronto. Drums still beating though. Argos trying to pick up their 4th straight win. With a win, solidify a home playoff date. But they're down 7 against the Riders. Screen over to Bakari Grant. Kadarius Ford. Q is out there to make the stop. Looks like a loss of almost 2 yards.
Kadarius Ford has been very active from that Toronto Argonauts secondary. Rookie getting the start at that halfback spot.
Here's a big second down here early in the 4th quarter. Brandon Bridge has been sensational. Looking to throw here on the roll. And off his back foot, just drops it into Naaman Roosevelt. Another clutch catch and another huge throw from Air Canada.
But I can't say enough about Bakari Grant and the dirty work he does. This is a guy who's been a big-time receiver in this league throughout his career. But he gets asked to do all sorts of different things, including a key block on a defensive end to allow them to get the edge, to go full sprint out. Right here, we've seen him come in pass protection in various different schemes. He's had a couple big catches in this ball game. As I said earlier, just a great late free agent pickup by the Riders.
Roosevelt now over 1,000 on the season. Bridge calls his own number. Well, we saw the apprenticeship of Brandon Bridge while he was with the Montreal Alouettes.
Well, you look
starting
back
to see his star rise now.
Yeah, I mean, you look back to the start of last season and talking to guys like Brandon Bridge and Vernon Adams and how much the young quarterbacks love learning from Kevin Glenn in Montreal, and kind of neat to see that education continue now, just in a different part of the country.
Bridge, strong arm, back shoulder. Was looking for Jerron Carter. Carter thought he was interfered with. No call here. Hunt team will come out. Argos will get the ball back. And there is some serious jawing going on the sideline. And I think there's going to have to be some alterations